Hello and welcome to Introduction to Digital Planners. I'm Devorah Lansky and I will be your tour guide on this training here today. It's an exciting topic and I'm looking forward to sharing what I believe will be many new concepts for you, and I hope that you can take some notes for things that inspire you. And there are so many possibilities with digital planners that go beyond the traditional calendar. And when I started thinking about this and planning this training, the ideas kept coming and I got them, as many as I could, down onto paper along with examples. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you here today. So here's what we'll cover. We're going to talk about what is a digital planner, types of digital planners, the anatomy of a digital planner, how to use a digital planner, how digital planners can help you to grow your business, where you can get digital planners, how you can create digital planners to sell, and how you can learn how to create digital planners yourself, either from scratch or from commercial use materials. And I'm going to be talking about that as well. And then, of course, we'll have some action steps so that you can apply what you learned today. So let's go ahead and dive in. So what is a digital planner? If you're looking at the screen, you'll see a physical representation or an image representation of a digital product. This is not something that gets printed out. It's something that is accessed via your computer or via a reading app. So let's explore that a little further. Digital planners provide a unique way to track your activity and grow your business. And that is a very general comment. You can take that concept and you can expand it as deep, as wide, as narrow as you want. It could simply be a to-do list, a daily to-do list, and it can be so much more. And we're going to dive into, I think I have over 25 examples that I'm going to share with you today. So as I'm sharing these ideas, you may want to jot down ones that spark an idea for you so that you remember it. And you may get new ideas that are sparked from what you see. And so I'm going to encourage you to write them down when they come to mind. Having ways to keep track of what you do and what you need to do can be challenging, right? We all have so much going on in our lives and how to keep track of everything. That's where digital planners come in, as they're portable, easy to use, easy to customize, and you can access them from your computer as well as your digital devices. And many digital planner apps, which we're going to talk about here today, they sync across multiple networks. So you could be on your computer and then you get on your phone and you're on your iPad or your Android, and your digital planner can sync across all of those different platforms. So I'm going to go into that more in just a little bit. But it's wonderful because you can be anywhere, and if you have access to a computer or a phone or a digital device, you can see what's going on in your planner, whether you have a to-do list or appointments or whatever it might be that you're keeping track of. Or maybe you're in the middle of developing a project and you're getting all these ideas and they're on sticky notes all over the place, or little pieces of paper in your purse and in the bathroom and in the kitchen. Well, then this is a way for you to keep it all together, because maybe your computer's in the office. Maybe if you have a home office, you have your computer there, and you go down to the kitchen and there's your iPad, and then you're in the car and there's your phone. Wherever you get the ideas or you want to check in and see what's going on in your planner, you can access it, the same planner, because it syncs across all of those devices. A digital planner is an attractive and effective tool for tracking or recording just about anything you can think of. You can also create and sell digital planners to help you grow your business and your brand. And of course, we're going to dive into that today as well. So what is a digital planner? A digital planner is a document that can be accessed and written on, the little air quotes there, using a stylus or an Apple Pencil or even your finger, depending on the app, from a computer or a digital device via a notes app such as OneNote or GoodNotes. And we're going to delve deeper into the notes apps as part of our training here today. What we're talking about here is just an overview of digital planning. Digital planners are designed to serve as planners you view through a screen rather than hold in your hands. So when you see a digital planner from an online shop and you purchase it, digital planners are not designed to print out because they're different dimensions typically than an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. Of course, you can shrink it down and have a paper copy. However, the purpose of a digital planner is to be able to access it from anywhere, whether you have the paper with you or not. But you do have options. This gives you flexibility, portability, and easy access to info about your life, goals, activities, and accomplishments. So you may have the paper planner that maybe you throw out of your planners at the end of the year, or maybe you have it filed in a box somewhere. Well, your digital planners you can access for years to come. Maybe you want one a month or one a year, and you can file them and refer back to them and recycle them and reuse them without having to buy a new planner unless you wanted to. You can even buy just a new cover and change the colors if you have access to the editable slides and move things around. They have things called digital stickers, which you can use to dress up your planner. Maybe you want a pastel planner, maybe you want a autumn colored planner. Well, there's lots of flexibility, and you can take that same planner, which you may have bought from an office supply store for anywhere from $25 to $50, and you can use that same planner and just remix it a little bit year after year or month after month. Traditional paper planners provide you with a way to record appointments and project due dates, typically. If it's beyond that, it would be more of a journal or more of a life planner, but your traditional paper planners are pretty much month, day, week with places for to-do lists and check things off. You do see more and more where they also have places where you can maybe color in a little water drops for the water that you had that day and whatnot. But traditionally, when you go to the office supply store, it's month, day, week, some kind of combination. They could be what you record in your traditional daily planner could be business appointments, phone calls and interviews, family activities and carpools, doctor appointments, project due dates. And you can record those in paper planners, and many of us have used paper planners for many years. And you can also take those same types of things you're tracking and track them digitally. So let's dive deeper there and explore the capabilities of digital planners. Digital planners can serve many purposes. They can serve the same purpose as a traditional planner, and you can also create planner hybrids. So maybe you want to be able to track business appointments or how much water you drink or if you get exercise, but you also want to have a place to journal your thoughts at the end of the day or record what you're grateful for. You can do that with a digital planner. You can customize it in any way that you'd like. Now, when you purchase a digital planner, if you purchase a personal use planner, you don't necessarily have, or you won't have access to the editable files. However, if you learn how to create digital planners, you can then customize and change things to your liking. Now, there are some digital planner products that you can change the colors of, or you can add different imagery to, as I mentioned, which they call stickers. So it could be like a image of a sticky note that you put on your planner of maybe you want to remember your grocery shopping list or something, your thought of the day. Maybe it's spring and you just want to liven up your calendar and have pictures of flowers. Maybe it's winter and you want snowflakes. Maybe it's whatever's going on. Maybe it's a patriotic holiday and you want to have flags. You can do that by just adding what they call stickers. And it's really easy when you bring the planner into the Notes apps. And we're going to talk about the Notes apps a little bit later. You can create digital notebooks. So it doesn't have to be as formal as a planner with the day and the time and the week and the month. It could just be blank lines in a notebook, a digital notebook. Maybe you're in the middle of planning a project and you're getting all of these ideas. It's very common to have a 5 or even 12 subject notebook, digital notebook, where each different tab, it actually looks like a tab, is for a different topic area. And you have a place where you can jot down what is behind each tab so you can easily organize it. And then what happens and what's nice with a digital planner is it's hyperlinked. So with a paper planner, you might not remember where you wrote the note, but if you're very careful about what section you put things in, you can easily locate content. And there's usually a place where you have a table of contents, so you can even subdivide and segment your content even further for easy access. You can also transform your workbooks into digital format, and you can have a digital workbook that complements your work, your ideas, your business, your brand. So I'm thinking that we're getting some ideas expanding here, and as you get ideas, be sure to jot them down. And that's what happened to me when I was creating this training here today. The ideas just kept on coming. So I have a lot to share with you, and I hope you find this useful. There's so many possibilities with digital planners, and they are really beautiful. So they are aesthetically pleasing, and they bring color, and sometimes color brings joy. And so it's just a way of enriching your life by having something that's attractive, that you love, that you work with. So this is an example of a planner that I made recently, and it's part of a gratitude journal. And this is just one of the pages. And on this page, it says the best part of my day, something new I learned today, and what I'm grateful for. And then if you're making the planner, you can decide, do you want 365 pages? Do you want to have 30 pages? And then you can have a section in the back of your planner where you have basic templates that people can decide which pages they want to replicate, and they can copy it and replicate it as many times as they want. And if you are the person using the planner, you can purchase planners that allow you to do the same thing, which is really nice. It gives you a lot of flexibility. So what really captures my attention with a digital planner is I just really have a love of creating workbooks and worksheets, and I also have a love of digital art. And this kind of ties them together, and you can be really creative and yet be really organized at the same time. And you can help others in your niche if you end up deciding that you want to make digital planners. Think about your topic area and how would your audience benefit by being able to track what it is that you're teaching them. And that's what a digital planner can do for you. So what I want to do now is share with you types of digital planners. Because as I was researching, and the best place I found to research was on Etsy. There are digital planner products over on Etsy, so you get lots of ideas. So what I did is I started a research project. Every time I found something I liked over on Etsy, you can create lists. So I added it to a favorite list called digital notebooks or digital planners. And so I have easy access. And then I can go there and look at it and get ideas and get inspired. And that's how things began to grow. So I want to share with you some of the examples that inspired me most to see if it can spark ideas for you. I'm going to share with you here a list because as I started writing the list, I came up with 5 or 6 ideas. Well, I think I have about 25 ideas on this page. For the purposes of our recording here, I'm going to not read every single word on the slide because I think it would be overwhelming, but I am going to read as they come across my screen every second or third one. So ready? You can create an academic planner, a bullet journal, a composition notebook, a digital diary, a fitness planner, a goals planner, a gratitude journal, a life planner, a memory keeper, a notepad, a reading journal. I don't have it down here, but you can track movies that you've seen or that your family wants to watch. You can create a digital recipe book or scrapbook. You can create a study guide. Digital planners, especially digital notebooks, are very popular in schools these days. Speaking of, you can create a teacher's planner, a wedding planner, a workbook, and so much more. So the ideas can keep coming, and as you get ideas, be sure to jot them down because that can be transformed. If you can get your idea onto paper, can be transformed into a print journal or planner that you publish on Amazon or sell as a PDF from your website or from Etsy. Could also be transformed into a digital planner, because more and more people are going digital, and so you open up to a whole new market. And what's nice is if you decide that you're going to get into digital planning, digital planners sell between $29 and $39 over on Etsy, where planner pages typically sell for $5 to $10. So you can see there's a market and there's a markup. So it can bring additional income, another revenue source for you. So here are a few pictures that inspired me that I wanted to share with you. The one on the left, you see the front cover on the left, and then you see the inside page on the right, and see the tabs, and this is a gratitude journal. And isn't it attractive how they added the image around it, and they have the colors, how they coordinate? So that was attractive. I found that inspiring. And then on the one on the right, that's a daily plan. And it's the same page over and over and over again, but the way that they added flowers to the background, and you'll see that they have transparent flowers behind the planning section so that it's not too cluttered. So their desktop, if you will, is easier to see what they write. And you have a place to create a to-do list or to whatever it is that they want to track here. They have a lot of planners, I've noticed, digital planners have meal plans and shopping lists. And that's what this one has here too on the right-hand side. There's a meal plan, there's a shopping list, there's a notes section. You can customize those as well. With a digital planner, depending on the app, you can take what they call the lasso tool. And you can, for example, let's say that bottom right box there where it says shopping list. Let's say you don't want it to say shopping list. You want it to say to-do list. You can lasso that shopping list, the words, and you can get rid of that, and you can bring in another word or a sticker that says to-do list. And that's what I mean by customizing your planner. Maybe you want to have butterflies or pictures of your family on your planner. You can do that. You can bring it into the different pages once you have your planner in the digital app. Right now, what I'm showing you is some of my favorite planners. Now look at the purple one on the left. You see the tabs? You have tabs on the left, the far left. Those are the months of the year. You have tabs across the top. It could be for whatever you want it to be. Maybe it's monthly, weekly. Maybe it's a section where you have addresses or whatever it is that you have there on the right-hand side. Some of the planners have a 1 through 31, so they have access to the daily pages as well. Now, one of the things I want to share with you about digital planning, the hardest part of the digital planner is linking the digital planner so that when someone clicks on the tab, it goes to the right section. And that is quite involved. So the beauty of the whole process is there are planners out there that you can purchase for your personal use. There are thousands of them. There are also planners that you can purchase that have commercial use rights with editable files that are already linked up, so you don't have to spend hours linking. And if you're a detail-oriented person and the idea of the process of linking intrigues you, there are classes that are out there that show you how to easily go through the process. It is a little bit involved when you start to look at making digital planners, but there are options to be able to purchase already linked up planners that you just add your pages to. So lots of opportunity and lots of options depending on your interest and your goals, and you don't have to decide at this very moment. If this is your first introduction to digital planning, let's keep going through this training, and I'll plant some more seeds and ideas for you, and then you can give it some thought, do some research, and decide what makes most sense for you. But you can see colors, design, uh, different some look more professional, some look more artsy or more DIY. So you can really set it up and really express your style, or purchase planners that reflect your style so that you can use them, and if they have the commercial use rights, so that you can edit them and resell them. Here are examples of digital notebooks. Let me just go back to the previous page. See how this looks like a double page spread? It's like the notebook turning page, the planner turning pages. But with a digital notebook or notepad, you'll notice that it's just the image on the far left, that front section there, that's the table of contents where you write in what each tab means, and it's color coded, and then it just looks like a notepad. And you can easily keep track of things, and you can file the pages. Well, you don't want to move the pages around, but you go to the section, like let's say you're collecting recipes, or you're collecting poems, or you're creating a reading list. You would put those details on notes behind each tab in that subject area so that you can easily find the content in the future. And then to get back to the table of contents, you'll notice, I don't know if you can see it, but the very, very top tab, there's a little icon there. It looks kind of like a diamond. Sometimes they have ones that look like a little home picture, and usually the home button will always take you back to the table of contents so that people can easily navigate. Now, if you're artistically inclined, look on the right-hand side, the notebook covers. Those are really popular over on Etsy, and if you're selling them for personal use, you can purchase the rights to lots of different types of images that you can resell for personal use. And then look at how it has like a little label on it, and people could write on there what the notebook is about, what the topic of the notebook's about. Or for yourself, if you're doing different projects, you can have a collection of notebooks, and then you just write what each notebook covers. And then look at how it has that little ribbon right there. So it looks like it has, imagine it looks just like a paper notebook that has that elastic that hooks onto what page a person is on. Well, this is a digital representation of that. Now, if you want to create journals and notebooks and any number of products for commercial use, you need to have the rights to the images. So you need to know how to make digital papers if you're going to be selling them for commercial use, because a lot of papers that they call those images, they call them digital papers. A lot of those papers you can resell them to customers, but you can't resell them to people who are then going to resell them. So it's as if you made, let me just think of an analogy. So your book, let's say you write a book, and you can sell your book to customers, right? But you're not giving your customers the right to print off your book and sell them from their own house, right? So it's the same type of thing where it comes to personal use and commercial use. And over on Etsy, which is a hotbed for digital planners, you can read what other people have listed in their descriptions, first of all, from a customer point of view to see what rights you have, and if you're looking at creating content, to get ideas for what you might want to put on your listing. All right, now let's talk about the anatomy of a digital planner. All right, so this is one of those kits that I created. On the right-hand side, I purchased the commercial use rights to templates. They're just see-through templates that I can add any colors and designs I want to, and then I can sell them commercially or for personal use. And I created 5 different color combinations, and I put them together in a color packet, and then I made covers and insides and matching embellishments to go along with the theme. And so first at the top left, that's the inside view of the planner. Typically they're created in PowerPoint, and we're going to talk more about the different ways that they're created. And that's one slide. even though it looks like 2 pages, you divide the page up so you have the right and left looking pages, but that's one slide. So if you imagine a PowerPoint slide, and I'm not going to get into the details of like how you would go about that right now. I want to this training. This is about the introduction of what is a digital planner and the pieces and how to use it and whatnot. So what we're doing here is we're talking about the anatomy of what are all the different pieces of the planner. So the top left, that's what they call the inside view. You can have a left page, you can have a right page, and typically you have that coil down the middle, so it looks like an actual planner. And then you have the tabs. A lot of planners just have tabs on the right-hand page. Some of them have them on the right-hand page and on the left-hand page. Some of them have them across the top. You really have a lot of flexibility. If you're creating digital planners, I would recommend making it as simple as you can to start with, and then you can always grow from there. Or you can purchase a digital planner with all the links all hooked up so that you can actually see inside the planner how it's constructed. But for now, let's just take an eagle's view of what is in a digital planner. So you have the tabs on the right-hand side, and then you have a picture of a little home on the left-hand side, and those can all be hyperlinked so that when you click on them, you are taken to wherever the planner developer wants you to go. Typically, the home page goes back to the table of contents, and the different tabs go to the different sections. And you can even write words on the tabs, or you can leave them blank and just have a blank table of contents so that the end user can decide how they want to use the planner. Or you, as the end user, can decide how you want to use your planner. You can purchase digital planners and digital notebooks that are set up that way. All right, let's go down to the bottom left. That's what they call the front cover. And you'll notice it has the coils, just like if you were buying a paper planner. And then it has the clasp, which would close the planner. And then you have the little button. And you can customize planners. You can purchase parts of planners and customize your own planners, depending on which packages you purchase over on Etsy, or you can create your own. So what I did is I created a set of buttons. I learned how to create the buttons because I liked the idea of having glossy buttons that coordinated with the planners. Then you have to the right of the front cover, that's the open view planner without pages. To the right of that is just a plain coil. And to the right of that, you have the clasp and the button. So that's what a planner is typically made up of. There's a lot of flexibility, but this is the basic anatomy of a digital planner. So now let's talk about how to use a digital planner. I was talking about apps, and I'm going to share with you for both Mac and PC and Apple products as well as Android products what you might use, and I'll share with you also what the most popular are so that you can hopefully save yourself some time and aggravation, because there's been a lot of research on the topic, and so I'll share that with you as well. So how do you use a digital planner? Well, first of all, what you need to do is you need to view it from a Notes app. You can just open it up on your computer as you would a PDF, and you can click on it. Typically, when you open up a PDF, it'll still be clickable, so you can click through all of the different tabs, but it's not so easy to write on a PDF. I mean, you may have that ability, but it's not going to sync across all your devices. You want to get it into some kind of app. So the hyperlinks that we were talking about allow the users to navigate from section to section, and the apps, for example, you have different applications that will sync across the different devices so you can access your planner anywhere. So what you want to do is you want to import your planner. So you purchase your planner. Most of them come with instructions. Typically, you just click on it and it will ask you where you want it to go, and you tell it you want it to go into the app, whatever Notes app you've purchased. And I'm going to talk about the most popular ones. And then once you have it imported into the app, you can either use your finger, though it's hard to be precise when you're writing with your finger, or a stylus or an Apple Pencil, depending on the app that you're using and what device and what platform you're on. And then what you can do is then you can add and edit content, whether you're adding stickers or writing notes or planning appointments or making a list. There's wedding planners, and maybe you want to plan out a party and you want to make a wish list of gifts or make a guest list. You can do all that with your stylus. And there's even ways to type into a digital planner. And that's a little bit beyond the scope of our call here today, but that's the type of information that I've been gathering and putting together because I know people will be interested in that, and I'll be sharing more of that as we go along in the coming weeks and months. So here are a few of the most popular note-taking apps. So for Mac, iPad, and iPhone, GoodNotes, hands down, is the most popular app for digital planners. It's the easiest to use, it's affordable, you can use it across most Apple products. And there's a lot of training on YouTube, and a lot of the people who sell digital planners also include a little training tutorial or a PDF with instructions on how to use the planner in GoodNotes. So if you have access to Mac, iPad, and or iPhone, GoodNotes, currently the version is 5, is the way to go. Also for that platform there's the app called Notability and another called Zoom Notes. And you're welcome to check those out to see if those resonate with you. Further, my understanding from my research is they're either very complicated or they're very basic. That GoodNotes seems to be the middle of the road and easy to use. And then you have cross-platform, that regardless if you're on a Mac, PC, an iPad, an iPhone, an Android device, you can use these. And Microsoft OneNote is one of them, and Note Shelf, you can just Google these words later on and to explore these, is another option. And then for Android users, you have Metamoji and I think it's pronounced Zodo. So there you have a list that you can explore, and you can either explore all of them or you can head straight to GoodNotes if you have access to an Apple device. And then what you'll do is you'll import your digital planner into the device and go to town. And it's a lot of fun to see it there. They're so beautiful and aesthetically pleasing and easy to use and easy to keep you organized. So if you like this idea, this technology, it will be a fun way for you to go and an effective way to go. If you're not sure but you're intrigued, you might want to purchase. They have them very reasonable, the different planners over on Etsy. You can start off with something maybe really simple, like maybe a 5-subject notebook that you can just explore and see what it's about. You can even find some on sale for like $2 or $3 just to get a sense of what they're about. And then you can decide how far you want to go with all of this. Now let's talk about how digital planners can help you to grow your business. What you can do is you can develop material that complements or goes beyond your book or your work. You can create content that shines the light on your expertise. And you can provide planners that support people in reaching their goals. So it could be a tracking page that you have people keep track of certain things, or it can be an actual workbook that takes people step by step through an entire process. I'm in the process of taking my workbooks. I think I have maybe 10 workbooks now up on Amazon, and I have 8 journals. I'm taking the workbooks, and I'll probably do something with the journals as well, but I have 2 workbooks in process of being that I'm taking them and turning them into a digital format. So I'll keep you posted with that, but I'm intrigued so far, and I see a lot of possibilities, and it opens up a whole new market of people who are eager to have the content, but they don't want to buy a print book. They want to have it digitally, and they're willing to pay for it because you can charge more for the digital version if it's interactive. So my question to you is, if you could wave a magic wand and transform your existing content or ideas into digital format, what would you create? Think about that for a moment. What would you create? And let your imagination go wild. As you can see from this training, mine certainly has, and I'm having a ball with this. So where can you get digital planners? We explored Etsy, and that is pretty much the primary place to go for the broadest selection and it's very common to find digital planners over on Etsy that are high quality, and it's easy to be in touch with the creators. You can buy them on other platforms, but it might be hard for you to connect with the person who created it. So I like checking out planners on Etsy. You can purchase planners for personal use. What you do is you go over there and you search in the search field, you just type in digital planners or digital notebooks or digital planner covers, whatever you're looking for. And there are a few planners for commercial use on Etsy too. However, most of the planners that I've purchased are for personal use. And then what I do is I look at how they're constructed and I get ideas for what I might want to create. You don't want to plagiarize, but you can certainly get ideas by what other people are doing. There's also wonderful paper and digital planners with commercial rights on all sorts of topics. So if you buy a planner with PLR rights or commercial rights, you can transform it into a digital planner. You have the content right there. You just transform it into a digital planner. Just bring the content right into PowerPoint and add your tabs and your links, and you're creating a digital planner. Now, if you're interested, I have put together a list of recommendations that's on my website, and I have added it to the course page for the course that I've created called Discover Digital Planners. But that I have that list if anyone is interested. Just let me know, and I'll let you know where to find it. You can also create digital planners to sell. So once you create your planners, you can sell them. You can sell them with personal use rights, which means the person can only use the planner themselves. They can't give it to anyone else. They can't sell it. It's for their personal use. You can also sell digital planners with a commercial use license. Now, the thing about that is you have to have the resale rights to sell the resale rights, which is very difficult to find. That's very uncommon, or you need to create the content from scratch. So what you can do, the easiest way to go is to purchase PLR or commercial use insides of planners and workbooks and journals, and then create your own digital paper. There's ways that you can create your own digital paper. If you're going to sell it for personal use, there's a lot of options. If you're going to sell it for commercial use, that's a little bit more involved, and we can explore that a little bit deeper. But if you're going to sell for personal use, you can simply purchase the commercial use license to existing papers and create your own branded products, which is really a lot of fun. You can also create digital planner embellishments, like I showed you the covers, the clasp, the wire coils. One of the things I was looking for was sticky notes, because I thought they have in digital planners, they have what they call stickers that people can copy and paste them to different parts of their planners. Well, I thought a sticky note would be a wonderful place to have for people, a wonderful resource for people to have to like write notes on that they could easily see. So I searched and searched and searched, and I actually went to YouTube and I went to different places and I tried to make my own sticky notes. And then you know how when you think about something, I'm making air quotes here, the universe provides. Well, I was presented with a PLR package of sticky notes and stickers that I have the rights to use both commercially and for personal use. So I kind of attracted that to me as I was looking for each piece of this. So that's really exciting, and I'm going to recolor them and brand them and whatnot, because I think sticky notes would be a really useful piece of a digital planner. You can even make sticky notes with maybe a quote of the day or a quote from your book or a thought of the day or a word of the day, and you could just have a ball with it. So when you just get started, whether you're planning using the digital planner yourself or you're using it to create digital planners to sell, start simply, and you can always add on your skills, because you're only limited by your imagination. So capture all your ideas and put them by topic area, either on a notepad on your computer or on your desktop or on a digital planner, and keep track of the ideas that you get. So where can you sell digital planners? There are many places where you can sell digital planners. The most popular is Etsy. Of course, you have a lot of competition. So you might want to try another platform. An affordable platform, easy to use, which I've recently discovered, is called Gumroad. You can even set up your own affiliate program on Gumroad. It's really attractive and easy to use, and it's very affordable. They just take a percentage of the sales, but that is definitely a viable option that you can research. You also can sell planners from your own website or your own Shopify store. So that's another option. The difference, though, between your own store and Etsy, one difference, the pro of Etsy is it's like you're at a shopping mall and all of the store owners are driving traffic to the mall, right? When you have your own shop, you're the one that's responsible for getting traffic to your site. So it depends on where you want to put your energy and what you're looking for. Having your own shop is definitely nice and it's attractive and it's fun, but it's expensive. It could be expensive, so you may want to start with something like Etsy, and then you can see how you want to develop from there. You can also sell your planners or your digital assets on sites such as Design Bundles or the Hungry JPEG. What you're doing there, though, is you're giving away the commercial rights to designers. So that's what those sites are for, is to sell design elements. Even the insides of planners are being sold over there, but you're giving people the commercial rights to them. But this gives you some options to explore. So you might be wondering, some of you, how you can learn how to create digital planners. What I want to show you here is how to help equip you in the easiest, most affordable, fastest manner. So I want to share with you some options. So digital planners can be created in various programs, and PowerPoint is the easiest to use and the most popular program for creating digital planners. Keynote is another popular option, which is the PowerPoint is available on Mac and PC, and Keynote is the equivalent, and it's available just on Mac. Other programs that are used in creating digital planners are Affinity Publisher, Adobe InDesign, and Photoshop. And if you go to YouTube, you'll find training on each of these. And there are courses on each of these. What I found, even so, is that it's easiest to create the content in PowerPoint. And so that's where I really want to steer you to today. So there's PowerPoint for PC and Mac, and then Keynote for Mac. Those seem to be the most popular, and you'll find videos here and there on YouTube, and just you can create a playlist over on YouTube so you have access to them, or you may come across a course because a lot of the people creating the YouTube videos have courses. So now that we've gone through this training and explored an overview of digital planners, I'd love to know, or I'd love for you to ponder this question: what intrigues you about digital planners? You might want to spend some time thinking or writing, and then you can decide, is this something that you want to explore? Do you want to get a digital planner or a digital notebook that you can start using? Do you want to explore the different sites such as Etsy to see what people are creating? So just let your imagination go wild and have fun with this. And at the very least, you might want to get yourself a digital notebook from Etsy that you can play with it and see what it's like from the inside. So here are your action steps. Reflect and record your ideas. So how might you use digital planners? And if you don't have enough room, you can flip the paper over or get more paper and just jot down your ideas. How might you use digital planners? And then the next question is, jot down ideas for the types of digital planners you'd like to have access to and or that you would like to create. And I would recommend that you complete this exercise right when you finish this training here today, right while it's on your mind. And I'm hopeful that the ideas that you've gotten here today have sparked ideas for you. And if you have further questions, you can feel free to email me or reach out to me in the Facebook group. I'm pretty excited about this whole concept, and I'd be happy to be of support. So I'm hoping this training was helpful for you today. And as I like to say, here's to your success.